There is a particular look in the eyes of someone who has already endured too much. It is not exhaustion, and it is not something that simply comes with age. It feels like a quiet distance from the world, where minor dramas can no longer reach you. You might notice yourself withdrawing from conversations that once felt pressing and significant, not because you stopped caring, but because your understanding of what truly matters has shifted deeply. Do you feel older than your actual years, even though your body still feels capable and present? Sometimes you wonder why ordinary problems seem strangely insignificant compared to how others react. You might quietly ask yourself whether something inside you shattered somewhere along the way. This is not meant to judge that feeling or pressure you into fixing yourself. It is here to name something you already sense but rarely put into words. 2. Feeling older than your age is not a defect. Feeling older than your years often starts after life demands more from you than anyone expected. You may carry a quiet weight that others your age do not seem to recognize yet. This can lead you to believe something inside you has worn down too soon. You might tell yourself you are damaged, depleted, or no longer as vibrant as before. But this feeling did not show up randomly out of nowhere. It formed as a response to genuine pressure you actually faced. When you encounter loss or fear early, your inner priorities rearrange without your permission. You stop chasing what feels trivial because your system learned what genuinely causes pain. This shift is not damage. It is adaptation forged by surviving what was real. 3. Pain rewires the nervous system. Deep pain quietly reorganizes how your nervous system reacts to stress and uncertainty over time. After surviving genuine danger, your baseline for alarm shifts without ever asking your consent. Situations that throw others into panic now feel familiar rather than immediately threatening to you. Your body remembers worse moments, so smaller crises fail to trigger the same intensity anymore. This calm does not come from confidence. It comes from memory stored deep within you. You learned what real danger actually feels like, so your reactions naturally became more measured. Nothing about this response is wrong. It is simply how survival rewired you over time. 4. You read people before they speak. You often sense what people feel before they explain anything clearly with their words. This ability formed because you learned to read emotional shifts early in order to stay safe. You recognize pain instantly because your body remembers how it felt when you were completely alone. Because of this, others frequently open up without planning to share so much with you. Your presence feels safe because it carries no urgency to judge or repair anyone. You learned how painful it is to have nowhere to turn when hurting deeply inside. This empathy is not a skill you deliberately chose. It grew naturally from surviving darkness alone. 5. Judgment dissolves after survival. Judgment slowly falls away after survival. Not because you intentionally tried to become kinder. Life removed your need to judge when it revealed how fragile everyone truly is. After hitting the bottom, standing above others stops feeling meaningful or satisfying inside. You remember how it felt to struggle silently while being misunderstood by people around you. That memory makes it nearly impossible to reduce anyone to labels or quick conclusions anymore. You sense there is always more happening beneath behavior than what appears on the surface. This softness is not weakness. It is what remains after ego no longer serves a purpose. 6. Sensitivity is a strength that also exhausts you. Being sensitive helped you survive, but it can also quietly drain you over time. You may feel emotionally spent even on days when nothing dramatic seems to have happened. This does not mean you are fragile. It means your system learned to stay open. Staying open once protected you, but it was never designed to run without rest. You feel deeply because you had to notice everything in order to stay safe before. Needing distance or quiet now is not failure. It is your body asking for balance. Your depth remains intact even when you choose to slow down and step back. 7. Chaos feels familiar now. Chaos feels familiar because you have already survived situations that demanded everything from you. When problems appear suddenly, and your body often becomes calmer instead of rushing into panic. You notice others reacting loudly while you quietly begin organizing thoughts and next steps inside. This response developed through repetition, not confidence, as survival required function over emotion. You are not fearless. You simply learned which threats truly deserve your energy today, while others freeze in chaos. You become the quiet center holding everything together. This calm is not indifference. It is the result of being tested many times before. 8. Calm is often misunderstood. People sometimes mistake your calm for coldness because they have not witnessed what you survived. You are fully present in the situation. You simply refuse to waste energy on panic anymore. After experiencing extremes, moderation becomes a natural response rather than emotional avoidance. You choose where to respond because you understand how limited emotional resources truly are. This selective calm formed naturally after living through moments that demanded absolute clarity from you. You do not care less now. You care with intention shaped by past survival experiences. 9. Survival creates radical honesty. Survival leaves little tolerance for pretending because fake behavior feels heavy and pointless. After losing things that mattered, impressing others stops feeling worth the energy it costs. You speak more directly, not to shock, but because honesty feels lighter to carry daily. Masks fall away when you realize how quickly life can strip everything without warning. You stop chasing appearances because they offer no protection when things truly fall apart. This honesty is not aggression. It is what remains after illusion no longer feels safe. 10. Time replaces approval. After survival, time begins to matter more than approval from the people around you. You become aware that moments are limited, so wasting them feels painful and unnecessary. Seeking validation loses its appeal when you know how fragile circumstances really are. You choose what feels real over what looks good, even if it disappoints others. This shift does not make you selfish. It makes you honest about your priorities. Valuing time is not rejection of others. It is respect for what you almost lost. 11. Being authentic repels some people. Being real can make some people uncomfortable, especially those who rely on appearances to feel safe. Your presence reflects what they avoid seeing, and that reflection can feel threatening to them. This does not mean you are harsh or superior. It means you stopped participating in pretending. Some connections fade because they were built on performance rather than truth and presence. You may be misunderstood as intense, distant, or intimidating without intending any of it. What is actually happening is that your honesty disrupts systems built on avoidance and fear. 12. You are not broken. You are reassembled. You are not broken, even if parts of your life cracked under pressure before. What broke open also expanded your capacity to hold reality without collapsing inside. You carry more awareness now because experience forced you to open wider than planned. The marks you carry are not flaws. They are evidence of adaptation and survival. Others may look untouched, but untouched does not always mean strong or stable. You were reshaped by fire, not ruined by it. And that difference matters quietly. If you have been through too much, nothing about you needs fixing or explanation. You do not need to envy those who walked lighter paths without being tested deeply. Your way of moving through life was earned through endurance, not chosen for image. You carry depth, calm, and honesty because life demanded them from you early on. This does not make you better. It simply makes you different in lasting ways. If this felt familiar, let it remind you that you are not alone in this shape.